Good evening, everyone. I am so excited to have you join me here tonight. I know I mentioned a big announcement today, but instead of doing this myself, I wanted to let some members of the community help deliver the big news. So here they are.
I'm a graphic designer.
I'm a retired law enforcement officer.
I'm a community health worker.
I'm an architect.
I'm a public health advocate.
I'm a retired electrical engineer and now a member of 5 different environmental groups.
I serve as a community leader, a community advocate, and a criminal justice professional.
I've lived in Frederick County for 10 years.
I'm a Frederick native.
25 years.
43 years.
A proud lifelong resident of Frederick County.
I support Jessica Fitzwater,
County Executive.
3 words that best describe Jessica to me are
engaged, inquisitive, and responsive.
Hardworking, persistent, and collaborative.
Passionate, driven, and resilient.
A strong sense of social justice.
She has the caring attitude, she's honest, and she's realistic.
Jessica is inclusive, responsive, and will take action.
Jessica es empática, equitativa y de mente abierta.
Jessica is concerned about all aspects of our community.
Sustainable transportation,
affordable housing,
food insecurity,
health equity in the Black community,
our education system,
various environmental issues.
Jessica will prioritize families in Frederick County.
Jessica brings with her the experience of being on the Frederick County Council,
working within the Affordable Housing Council,
promoting schools, the environment, and improved conditions for women and immigrants.
She understands the importance of representation and leadership.
She will bring even more meaningful leadership, initiative, and innovation to addressing their challenges as county executive.
Jessica is a champion for our community.
She's the best person for the job.
She's just what Frederick County needs.
So join me as I support Jessica Fitzwater for County Executive.
Wow, that was so amazing. Thank you to my supporters, my family and friends, to our community. It's funny, these days I am very used to being on camera, but the majority of the time, despite how often you may see me in our council meetings, I'm on camera with my kids, my students from Oakdale Elementary, singing and dancing and sharing. You better hope I don't burst into song tonight. I just might. I'm so happy to be here with you. I am standing here tonight to proudly say I am running to be your next Frederick County Executive. Just saying and sharing that out loud with you all is significant, and for some good reasons. I am part of a new generation of women leaders in Maryland. I am a mother of 2 amazing children, Jonah and Jane, and as you all likely know, I'm a solo parent. I am a daughter, a sister, and a friend. I'm an educator, a union member. I am Jewish, proud of my culture and spiritual beliefs. I'm a musician. I'm a Western Maryland native, spending my entire childhood just a few miles over the Frederick County line in Smithsburg. Educated at 2 amazing Maryland colleges and proud to have lived and worked in Frederick County for the past 15 years. And I am, at my core, someone who continually examines my own values and what they mean to me and my community. I am someone who values hard work and being fully present. I value preparation and care. I value listening, growing, and learning, directness, and humility. Perhaps above all, I value family. And to me, that means honesty and authenticity. It means being who I am, recognizing the strengths I can share with my community, and bringing my all to everything that I do. It goes without saying that we are living in unprecedented times. This global pandemic has changed everyone's lives. It has changed the ways we live and work. It has magnified disparities, highlighted deep community needs. And in truth, it's given us an opportunity to better care for each other. We need to be ready to meet this moment with bold ideas and transformational leadership. And I am ready. As I begin today, it's important to remember where our county stood between 2010 and 2014, home to an outdated county commissioner form of government led by 5 conservative Republican commissioners. These commissioners made draconian cuts to our operations that eliminated a long-standing Head Start program and support for nonprofit organizations, while approving unrestrained development at the expense of smart growth policies. They sought to close down our county homes at Montague and Citizens, held public safety employees without salary increases for years, and showed hostility towards our immigrant community with their unnecessary and unwelcoming English-only ordinance. And perhaps most notable was their assault on a core function of county government, educating our kids, approving funding levels for our schools not a penny over the bare minimum required by law for years, all at a time when the starting teacher salary in Frederick County was at the absolute bottom in Maryland. I may have grown up over the mountain, but Frederick County is my home, and what I just described was not the Frederick County I wanted for my family or my students, not the future I and many of my neighbors envisioned for our beautiful community. It was in opposition to many of those policies that I stepped forward in 2014 and was proudly elected to the county council. Along that first campaign trail, I got to see former students at their doors, students who were a lot taller than I remembered, and I got to hear about where their education had taken them. I had a kindergartner ask me, "Miss Fitzwater, why was your face in my mailbox?" And another who said, "So are you the president now?" That was pretty fun. But the reactions from those students and the encouragement from their families also said a lot about what it meant for someone like me to run for office. Since day one, I approached my time on the council with fierce dedication, to work hard, to listen and learn, to deeply understand the responsibility and intricacies of local government, to stand up for the things that really matter and to not back down from a challenge, to hold myself and others accountable, to stay true to my word, and to recognize that I am only as strong as the voices of our community, and that by lifting up those voices, we all will rise and thrive. Working alongside County Executive Jan Gardner, the County Council has accomplished some terrific things. We provided pay raises for our county employees and added dozens of public safety positions. We strengthened our ethics laws, established and enhanced tax credits to benefit small businesses and senior citizens, and provided new opportunities for agritourism for our farmers. We approved a visionary comprehensive plan in livable Frederick, increased funding for affordable housing and agricultural preservation, and put a focus on looking at county decisions through the lens of climate change. And we appropriated significant increases for our schools, well above maintenance of effort, to start the work of getting our educators and students back on track. Early in my time on the council, I became known for being a careful listener and independent thinker, and I'm proud of that. I know that to be effective, one must approach issues with an open mind. When efforts to strengthen protections of our forests failed, I worked across the aisle with a colleague and brought together environmentalists, builders, and developers to find a compromise that could move forward. As we continued to see developers opt to pay a fee in lieu of building affordable workforce units in their large developments, I worked with the business community and county staff to pass legislation that would make it more attractive to build these units while still maintaining accountability, resulting in the 200+ units in Orchard Park at Ballinger Run that is now home to hundreds of working families in our community. In this time, I championed the repeal of the English-only ordinance that tarnished our county's reputation and impacted our ability to attract employees and employers. I fought to expand our anti-discrimination laws to include protecting folks based on their sexual orientation or gender identity, and worked to ensure that criminal history is not a barrier for employment in the county. And most recently, I led the effort to establish an Immigrant Affairs Commission to be a voice for a growing and essential part of our community. I understand that social progress and a strong economy go hand in hand. I believe that we are all responsible for acknowledging, addressing, and solving the inequities and disparities that keep us from truly being a county for all. I've accomplished a lot as a part-time county council person with a full-time job as a teacher, as a young mother, an activist, and a community member. What I have been able to give with my evenings, my weekends, my spare hours whenever I can find them. Just imagine what we can accomplish together in the future if I am your full-time county executive. I think about it all the time, and I am so excited to make it a reality. I recently received an email from a former student who is now a young adult in our community. Nearly 10 years after I was her teacher, she reached out to me out of the blue with a personal note that said this: "Ms. Fitzwater, I would like to know how I can volunteer and help with the Commission on Immigrant Affairs. I know I'm only 16, but honestly, I see that as a way for me to communicate the needs of immigrant students and immigrant parents. This is something I'm very passionate about, especially since it affects my community directly. I want new immigrants to know they have a voice in Frederick and have opportunities to build a secure life for themselves and their families. Please let me know how I can get involved. This is why I do this work, why I am dedicated to public service as an educator and elected official. Why for more than 6 years I have given so much of myself and my time to support and uplift our community as your council member. This is why I have challenged myself to examine the policies, structures, and systems that serve our community and to pinpoint those that do not serve us. This is why I am so excited to be your next county executive. In my conversations with supporters and friends, people have asked me how I continue to do what I do. Yes, it can be the elephant in the room. My husband Gerald died unexpectedly 2 years ago, and I gave birth to our daughter without him, less than 2 months later, while raising our 3-year-old son. People asked, how are you doing? And at the same time, how are you still doing it all? They asked it then, and some still ask now. Through my own tragedy and pain, I've realized this. The train can come off the tracks for anyone. I had a beautiful life with my amazing partner, and I have a beautiful life now, but it's a different life. I see now even more clearly how many families are struggling in our county every day. I see how if my circumstances were different, if I did not have my privilege by way of my career, my family, especially my amazing mother, father, and sister, my friends and support system, I would not be here thriving in this way today. When I stop and reflect on how I am doing, this is what I see. And I ask you to do the same without reservation. You know, we have a beautiful vision here in Frederick County that says this. The year is 2040. Frederick County is a vibrant and unique community where people live, work, and thrive while feeling a strong sense of place and belonging. I believe so much in this vision of achieving livable Frederick, but I will also be a leader that aims for beyond livable. I will lead to achieve a thriving Frederick County. In order to realize our vision, we must focus on opportunity for all. This includes making public education a priority, continuing to innovate in economic development, and filling our toolkit with more ways to provide diverse, affordable housing options for working families. It means we cannot ignore the racial disparities in health, housing, safety, and educational outcomes that already existed in our community and have only been exacerbated by COVID-19. And it means managing growth in a way that benefits our families, businesses, and the environment. We can preserve agriculture while incentivizing best practices that improve soil quality. We can accommodate new residents and businesses while utilizing smart growth policies that enhance our quality of life and protect public health. And we can build climate resilience while providing new workforce development and green jobs. None of this can be accomplished if we don't foster trust in our local decision makers, if we don't have the right leader for people to believe in and depend on. I will always value the place of the public in government processes. To me, this means that having your voice at the table is not symbolic, but authentically welcomed and received. And frankly, I believe that building the table together is even better. As your county executive, I will ensure we do not rest on outdated ideas, nor will we chase trends. I will lead with deep caring, listening, accountability, confidence, and action. I will stay true to my convictions and my commitments, and I will challenge myself to understand the point of view of others. I will lead our county to represent the government of the people, for the people, by the people, meaning all people of Frederick County. So this is where you come in. Please stay in touch with the campaign. Tell me your thoughts and ideas and provide feedback. I promise you, I am listening. Share this message, engage with me on social media, and subscribe to my newsletter. Visit my new website and tell us how you want to get involved. Join our team and help me spread the word of our shared vision into every corner of this beautiful county. We cannot let this moment pass us by. Progress and change are urgent. There will be light at the end of the tunnel for this pandemic. Let's hold on to it and use it as a spotlight to keep striving to be better, to hold ourselves accountable for the future, to be more just, to be more fruitful, to realize our Frederick County dream for all of us and for future generations. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.